What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today we're going to be installing the CSL carbon fiber grill for my G82. Let's get to it. So this is a carbon fiber piece made by Kies Motorsports. Brian and Gary, thank you for sending it over. I'm pretty excited because I am not a fan. I mean, I like it, but you know, this right here just really makes a massive difference. And to swap this out, I was kind of leaving this to the last. I did all the other carbon pieces installs, like the front lip, the mirrors, the spoiler, and some interior stuff. But I left this to be kind of like the last one, just because, you know, removing the bumper is kind of intimidating, kind of a lot of work. I don't want to mess anything up, but from what I've seen online, also Kies Motorsports did a phenomenal video. You can watch it up here on the top heading. They did a phenomenal job on how to show you bolt by bolt on what they did. So I'm actually going to be following their video. So I'm not going to do a step-by-step. I'm going to show you how I do it and show you the before and after. So we'll get to that video. It's not going to be a long video because, again, someone else already did it and they did a phenomenal job. So I'm going to be changing this. I'm going to be replacing these grill guards for these vents. It's going to be really awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a lot of work on the front grill today, guys. And I'm pretty excited because I'm doing all this work for Beamer Invasion, which is September 7th. So if you're around the area, make sure you come by this weekend. If you're watching this video Sunday, yeah, this coming Saturday, September 7th, if you're on the area, come by and say hello. We'll be there with Kies. My car will be there at the Kies booth, and you get to see this car for what it's worth and where it's at currently. So guys, let's get to the video. I'm gonna show you the install. All right, so we made room, and my gosh, my tires are all jacked up from the track. I have like no tread left, guys. This is wild. Looks like along the fender wall, they're 10s. And then once you get inside the fender wall, they're 8s. Okay, now switching on to the 8. These two bolts right here probably took me the longest. I think this is going to be the longest thing from this whole install, is removing these two bolts, which basically belong right here. So there's going to be one, which is this one right here. It's kind of hard to get because this plastic fender cover is like in the way of your ratchet. So what I would recommend is getting an extension. What I use is one of these, and I was able to fit it like right here underneath it, and I was able to kind of torque it down a little bit and then do it by hand. So it took me a while. I would say it took me 15 minutes just to get it out. It was a pain in the butt, but I got it out. So for that one, it will be an 8mm. In fact, they're all 8 mils, except for the outer edge of the fender wall. They're 10mm. Here I'm using a 10mm with my drill, because who hand cranks nowadays, you know? Okay, it fell on my face. Ow. I'll leave all the screws just kind of in the area so that way I don't lose them, or yeah. So, man, my front lip is still intact, even though, yeah, it went and endured willow springs twice. So definitely some scuffs, some battle scars. So I'm trying to keep it on throughout this install, but you know what? I think I'm gonna put some tape on it because it's gonna be dangling. Or maybe I could just bolt it back on. I don't know. I'll put some tape on it. Oh, it's not wiggling on me. So it's gonna be these little guards over here. They're about, yeah, these little things, kind of like what we're used to seeing with the F30s. We're gonna pop them out with a trim tool, right? Once you take them all off, you could just take this forward, and now you have your T30 screws all up here. The BMW made it easier for you to put back and remove your bumper. So they have little indentations, like little circles, almost where this bolt would sit on. So it's kind of awesome because you don't have to worry about like positioning it, put it in the right place, and it's gonna fit perfectly with your hood. Okay, so for my specific G82 series, because it is the manual transmission, not the comp, they don't make comps in manual. I only have 2 sensors, I don't have the camera, but same concept. You just you have to spread these little clips apart and then you pull out. I don't have a center camera, so this is just a little clip. And then same thing on this side. That's all the sensors you have to do for the front grille. And as for this is gonna be a fun thing to tackle. What the heck? It's loose. You too? Well, Kies Motorsports, I guess, yeah, mine was loose as well. So, all right, let's get to it. Clips literally just come off. They're like teeth just grinding on this, but you can just pluck it out. And then as for the actual grille, assuming it's gonna be one of those things. So one thing that is important to install these carbon vents is to use a 8mm and remove the screws up here and right here, because you will have to remove this plastic part, but it's very easy to install right back. So let's get to that. Oh, look at that. Well, that's a lot easier. Cool. Just take these off. There we go. Put this one back in. You know what I love about dry carbon is that everything just fits perfectly. You know, it's nice and snug. It just works. So right now I'm doing the final touches, just making sure everything is clipped on properly. Make sure there's no gaps. That's the last thing you want is for it to be a gap. Making sure that everything is nicely bolted, because I am not going back in here. I'm not taking off. I'm no way at all removing this bumper again. So the bumper is ready to be back installed. Just lining it all up. Yep, everything looks nice and snug over here on the top. All right, well, there you have it, guys. The grille and the vents are installed. It was a great fitment. Honestly, this is amazing. Kies Motorsports, thanks so much for sending it over. I'm excited to show you guys photos of it, but this was a pretty simple install. For those of you that aren't really like mechanically advanced or not, don't worry. This is a very simple install. Kies Motorsports did a phenomenal job on it, kind of breaking it down on how you do it, and the video's up here. But guys, thanks so much for watching it. Make sure you order this from Kies Motorsports, and yeah, thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you next week.